Alright guys, so we are starting today's video in front of the S14 because yesterday's video, I think this will be the next one you guys watch. There was a bunch of hate and a bunch of criticism on the S14 and the channel itself, and that really sucks because our channel since day one has not received a lot of hate at all in the comments. If anything, we've gotten the most support, honestly, I've seen in the comments out of any channel ever. And you know, that was awesome, and it was one of the reasons, you know, we did so much fun stuff and the videos were always so fun to do. And you know, it really sucks to see hate like that because, you know, we enjoy working on our cars, but we're not a big channel where I can just, you know, give Zach a bunch of money to finish his car or take a bunch of money out just to finish my car. You know, Zach has a normal job, I have a normal job. What's going on with the S14, like you guys know, the E36 runs, so it's not like we're not working on that no more. The E36 took forever to get running, but it's running. You know, we didn't really take that to a shop. You know, we read forums, we had help from friends that knew more about it than us, but we did it ourselves. You know, we didn't have, like I said, a shop come in and build the car. You know, we literally both got out of cars that were just stock with coilovers and wheels and built technically a full build drift car. And that's what I'm doing with this. And you guys were a little upset when I said that it was going to the shop to get finished up. But you guys got to understand that behind me, the motor, I mean, I didn't pay what it's worth, but that motor behind me is a $10,000 to $12,000 build. It's a fully built motor, and the ECU that's going in the car is $1,500 Apexi FC. So if I went to wire it up like I originally planned and screwed up one wire out of, you know, the 100 that I got to do, I could technically short out my ECU, and then there goes the build for another month instead of just, you know, having help from a shop. And that's one of the reasons it's going to a shop, because, you know, I know a lot, but there is, you know, everyone needs help on certain things, and that is one of the things I actually need help on, because if I screw it up, it's just going to put the build farther and farther back, and that's something I don't want to do. And there's a shop called Never Sleep Imports in Philadelphia, my friend Quentin, that I know pretty well now. He's really cool and he's super smart. He's got, like, right now I think there's 4 JDM Koukis sitting there with SR, so he knows everything about that. So basically, in 2 or 3 weeks, we will be trailering the Kouki to his shop. That was the original plan, and it's going to be getting wired up. It's going to be getting all intercooler pipe welded custom. It's going to have V-band flanges, and I believe it should be good to go running wise, and then I just buy a drive shaft and it'll drive. I have everything pretty much else. But that's what's going on with that. And then I also want to answer another question because I never explained this at the beginning when I got the S13 hatch. A lot of people said I spent all my money on the S13 hatch from like selling banners and clothes and telling you guys to support this build. But what really happened was you guys saw the SD300. I had that. That was a cool car. It probably never would have broke down. But this is a car channel, this is a drift channel. That car does not, you know, perform those things very well. It would have been a VIP build, it would have been stance. And it would have been like, all right, park, you guys want to stare at this car for 10 minutes. No, that's not what we're about, you know. I'll insert a clip right now of us drifting this car last night. So pretty much that is what that car is about, you know. This channel is about drifting. This is Garage Sideways, keep it street. You know, that's our passion. That's what we do this for. That's what started the channel, and that's why I have that car, because this car is being built. This car isn't going to be, you know, going everywhere if we travel the state. Well, if we travel the states, this car will be on everywhere. But I'm saying if we go to like local meets, this car won't always be there because, you know, it's a fully built motor. You know, it's going to have problems. That car is a stock SR20, rust-free, that is going to be, you know, the street car. Like Zach has a street car, and you know, it's just always there, and it's always reliable, and it's a drift car, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. But basically, I didn't spend a lot of money on the S13. I honestly sold the SC300 and paid an extra 500 bucks out of my own money for the S13 for like tags and title. And since then, I haven't bought anything, right? I absolutely fixed it.
$180 coilovers.
Yeah, I bought $180 coilovers off a 240SX page, and the guy even brought them to me, and that was to basically drift and to make more content. If you think about it, When we had the ST300, we made one video on it, and I had it for a month and a half. I've had this car for 2 weeks, and I think we've made like 7 videos on it. And we had the drift meet. That car was there. If that car wasn't there, you know, the drift meet, it would have been like last time. Me and Zach weren't really driving, and I think that pretty much answers all the questions. Today, we are going to be doing some small stuff to the E36, as in spacing the coil packs out. And on this thing, I wasn't going to do it today, but just because I can and I want to get it out of the way, I'm going to take my engine harness that I already have, strip all the ugly loom off, and I'm going to wrap it in this nice loom that I'll show you guys in a second. So I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. I hope you guys understand where we're coming from with this. You know, we're not rich YouTubers. We're not even decent money-making YouTubers. You know, we're literally just out here just making videos for you guys and just trying to have fun. And I hope you guys understand that. Alright, so we just got back from the store. I bought this stuff to wire up my engine harness like really cleanly. It's got all stock loom on it. It's just ugly, so it's like this real nice pretty, I guess you would call it mesh. But before we do that, the garage is an absolute wreck. We haven't properly cleaned it in a long time, so I'm gonna be doing that. Stacking up all these tires for a dump run and just going over some of the stuff we don't need and just junking everything, because just look at it. It's just terrible. There's stuff everywhere. Alright guys, so we finally finished cleaning the garage. It's probably been like 2.5 hours. I'll show you guys in a second, and then we can get started on finally working on the S14. So all of this is trash. Got the recycle bin filled up, trash bag, dump some oil in some old containers. I need to throw all those tires away. But as you can see, it looks much better in here. Floor is pretty much clean. It's all swept under the car. Got a little bit of oil right there I need to clean up. Got all the stuff I need to get sandblasted for the S14 motor over here, and some wheels in here. And I need to get a couple things sandblasted before I paint it on there. So let's finally get started on working on the car. This is my harness that came with that motor, that ran that motor in an S13 with an S14 ECU. That's why this has been repinned. And then this is your S13 chassis harness plug. Technically I could put that motor in the S13 today and it would run because it's wired for that. So since my car's gonna be wired up like a race car, we just need to figure out this pin out, you know, which one of this means what, which one sends power to the ECU and power, all the other, you know, all the accessories, because he was bare bones as well. So what we're gonna be doing today is taking this nice wire loom I have, stripping this harness completely out of all this trash loom, cleaning up, make sure there's no wires that are gonna get, you know, exposed, tape them off, and then just redo the whole harness so it's nice and pretty, just like this right here for the injector wires, because my stock injector wires have been rewired for some 830cc precision injectors. So we're pretty much just gonna strip this down. Alright guys, so I just finished up wiring the harness. It looks great, but I ran out of wire, so I'm gonna go, or ran out of the loom stuff, so me and Daquan are about to go up to the store, pick up some more, and I'll finish up wiring the injectors, the ECU part, and a couple other small sections. I'll have a ton left over for when we do the, what do you guys call it? The, like the chassis harness stuff. So we'll be good to go. Let's go up to the store, get the stuff, I'll come back, I'll finish it up, and then I'll show you guys the harness. Alright, we just got out of Pep Boys. I got some more of this stuff. It's like really good. This was 30 bucks, but it's a smaller diameter, but that's what I needed. The other stuff was a 1-inch diameter, and that was 29. So it's not much of a difference, but this is 20 feet compared to 10. Damn, that booty. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much done with the harness. The only stuff left to do would be wrap this up, but because we're gonna be custom wiring this, I left all these exposed just in case we need to cut and switch anything, and I left this one here. I'm just gonna wait to do that when we're finished with this and it's actually in the car. But I did the whole engine part. This is actually in the car, but all of this, the injector wires and everything is all done. This is for like the alternator part and the starter, I believe. And then here's your igniter chip. It's all done and it looks absolutely gorgeous. If this was done with this, it would be just perfect. So now I'm actually gonna put it in the car. I'm gonna lay it all out. Some of the stuff isn't on there, like the alternator and the power steering, so those plugs will just be kind of hanging down there. But yeah, we'll get an idea of what it looks like in the car. I'm super excited for that. So let's get it in there, run it through the firewall, and get an idea of where our ECU is gonna sit. And while I'm doing that, Daquan's over there practicing his TIG welding skills. It's so we can make awesome parts. That looks so good. The igniter chip is down here, and these plugs right here I think are for, like, because this came out of S14, so I got a feeling these are for S13, so I'm going to have to find the pin out for these and figure out what each one of them do, and then obviously we'll wire it up from there. And then also, of course, the chassis plug. Alright guys, so it is all pretty much done. The only thing that isn't on there, it's oil pressure sensor, the transmission reverse lights, alternator plug, another plug that I'm unsure of right now. Cam angle sensor, run over here. You got this plug, runs back to there. And then I did the coil pack wires as well. All the injectors are done to the ground. These two plugs, and the only wires that I didn't do was the one that goes to the ECU, which I actually wish I should have did, because you can see it right there, which I'll just pull it back out. But then in here, you have your ECU plug, which is that one, and then that one would be the S13 chassis harness plug, which you could probably get like your tack signal, send power to the ECU, and like a couple other small things. I'm not really sure right now. We'll figure it out with a pin out and a wiring diagram. But now I need to find a spot to mount my Apexi FC ECU. I'll probably mount it like on the wall or something. And then I'm also gonna have to mount the little display thing. Alright, so while I've been working on the 240, Daquan's been practicing some welds. Ignore like all the shitty ones, because all the ones that happened today were good. He finally figured out how to actually like get this thing at the right settings. And as you can see, he got a couple, because I would turn this, but it's like really hot. But a couple of the beads are honestly pretty much just as good as my HKS intercooler right here. So like, he's definitely learning good. I'm not really getting it, like I've tried. The aluminum is hard. I got steel a little bit. It's probably just gonna take me a lot more practice, but I would really like to learn, so I'm gonna keep trying. He's getting it. Hopefully he'll get good enough that like he'll actually be able to make like his own intercooler pipe and stuff, because that would just be absolutely sick. I wish I could do that. But the S14's looking great. It's all back together. I got the Power FC in there. It's not mounted or anything right now. It's just sitting in there because I still have to get a ton of things sandblasted on the S14 to paint them before we actually, you know, get this thing running. I'd like it to look all pretty and stuff before it's actually running. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys understand what I was talking about at the beginning of this video about, you know, just we're not putting any projects behind. You know, we're all working hard on our projects. Like I said, it's my fault I wasn't talking about the car and what was going on with the car and why I was waiting to work on it. I didn't even bring it up, so it is completely my fault for not mentioning, you know, that I'm just waiting on money to take it to the shop to get wired up by a pro. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The S14 is ready to go. Like, it's 100% now, ready to go to the shop. We're gonna put the gas tank in there, the fuel pump, and wire up the chassis, do the intercooler pipe, and we should be good to hit some boost. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will catch you next time. Don't forget, we love you. You guys are awesome. Give this video a huge like. We'll catch you next time. Peace out, and keep it street. And I promise the Kouki will be done and driving next month.